get a brutal lesson on what a Toyota 4Runner tastes like. And once again we have another weekend of George Soros-sponsored anti-Trump shenanigans by the Democrat Party terror group known as Antifa. But this time an SUV driver in Boston wasn't about to have any of it. So the law-abiding American citizen did what any of us would do when surrounded by a gang of thugs wanting to cause him and his vehicle harm. So when the Antifa thug gave him the order to stay right there, he stepped on the accelerator and ran their communist behinds over. Score 1 for the rule of law. After 2 people were hurt because of the SUV, another member of the terror group surrounded the vehicle and was about to drag the citizen out of the car and do who knows what to him, but luckily police officials were able to get there first and come to the rescue of the driver. Glad to see the mayor of Boston didn't order the police to stand down, like the mayor of San Jose did when the gang of illegal aliens attacked Trump supporters after the rally he had there. Of course, in the video, you can hear the terrorist Antifa members cursing up a storm in disbelief that the police would actually side against them. I guess they aren't too accustomed to the idea of not getting their way. After all, I'm sure they have gotten their way since birth from the parents who gave them everything and who now own the basement they dwell in. Uncle Sam's misguided children reports. Antifa violence at Boston rally? Tearing down the Constitution. With mainstream media endorsing the actions of Antifa at Charlottesville, it's no wonder that now Antifa violence is going to become normal in order to combat hate. The concerted efforts of left-wing groups to foment violence in the name of peace and tolerance has become flat-out insane. Our Constitution is being torn down by anarchists. A free speech rally in Boston on August 19 is set to become yet another mess. Rally organizers have been granted a legal permit to march, not that Antifa will care about legal. Who will screw that up first? Note on this flyer that supporting police with the thin blue line flag is considered fascist. Any InfoWars reporters will be considered fascist and open to attack. So much for the U.S. Constitution and any free speech. The First Amendment is now equated with Nazis and racists. No such thing as utopia. Here we have a pledge to purge the earth of whites and the children of whites. And by the way, they don't really believe that line about after the purge, we will live in a workers' paradise free from racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and oppression. First off, none of them work, so having a workers' paradise would be laughable if these weren't such vicious people. And the only oppression is the kind they are creating. There is no such thing as a workers' paradise. Ask the common man in China, North Korea, and Cuba. It is impossible. There is no utopia. Targets by design. Never forget that these are paid anarchists, paid protesters, all designed to destroy the Trump presidency and tear down the fabric of the United States. Boston planned 8 anti-hate rallies and vigils leading up to the free speech rally on Saturday, according to Boston.com. Boston Magazine printed an article that was titled "How to Protest the Free Speech Rally," which advises people not to bring weapons, and to be civil. It appears from the flyers that Antifa has no desire to be civil. A Facebook page has been set up to protest the white nationalists that are coming to Boston. Have you noticed that advocating free speech is now automatically labeled as white nationalism? And that the whites are automatically there to intimidate people? On Saturday, August 19, white nationalists are converging on Boston Common to reinforce their white supremacist ideology and attempt to intimidate queer and BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, POC, communities. As we have seen with the events in Charlottesville and around the country, white nationalists are emboldened by the current political administration and growing police state. Rallies and marches organized by white supremacists are more prevalent than in recent years, and, as always, it is the most marginalized who are left vulnerable. Counter-protest Facebook page. Remember this from Saul Alinsky, one of Hillary's mentors. Pick the target, freeze it, personalize it, and polarize it. Cut off the support network and isolate the target from sympathy. Go after people and not institutions. People hurt faster than institutions. Saul Alinsky, Rules for Radicals. These terrorists better be very careful. The American public is a peaceful bunch. They don't put up with lawlessness like this for long, and they are already growing very weary of constantly seeing scenes like this every time they watch the evening news. The late 60s were also tumultuous times, but in those days the Democrat Party wasn't the one who was fanning the flames and instigating the violence because they lost an election. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.